Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
29 families, many of them Northwest Ohioans and one of them my own, have lost a loved one. He wasn't their father, he wasn't their son or cousin, but he was definitely their brother. Gordon Lightfoot, the legendary Canadian-born singer and songwriter, and the man whose song will not let us forget the 29 sailors who died in the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald, left us recently at age 84. It's a loss I take personally because one of the men who went down with the ship was my uncle, and because I spent one shipping season as a member of the Fitzgerald crew 12 years before the tragedy. It's been a mission of mine to keep alive the memories of the men who died in a terrible storm on Lake Superior on November 10, 1975. I have delivered my presentation of remembrance dozens of times over the years to service clubs, book clubs, retiree groups, basically anyone who will have me. But no matter how many times I get up in front of Rotary or Kiwanis, no matter how many people I reach with my message, the only message that resonates globally is Mr. Lightfoot's powerful and mournful ballad, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's a song sung by a master storyteller at the top of his craft, a man with a deep appreciation for the Great Lakes and a strong respect for the men who sailed on them. He was profoundly moved by what happened to the Fitzgerald, and he was determined to do something about it. The story goes that Mr. Lightfoot had been working on an Irish folk melody in his head when the Fitz tragedy occurred. All he needed were the lyrics. Focused perhaps like never before in his career, the words evidently came quickly. He recorded the song just a month after the sinking. Recording at night, he had the lights in his studio turned down so he could record in near darkness. He wanted to feel his own song's emotional power, and he wanted to feel it in the same darkness the crew had experienced as the great ship went down. I know exactly where my Uncle Grant would have been at 7 o'clock during his 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. shift that night. He would have been in the engine room, trying to work while riding out the worst of the storm. The awful moment when the howling wind and crashing waves claimed the ship is impossible for me to unsee in my imagination. I knew that engine room too well. Several years ago, the New Jason Islands, a small group of islands off the coast of South America, issued currency memorializing the Fitzgerald. Other denominations in the series paid tribute to the Titanic and the Hindenburg, so clearly the mystery surrounding the sinking still resonates around the world. Not long after the loss of the Fitzgerald, I received a package in the mail from a class of fourth graders in McAlester, Oklahoma. So touched were they by the events of November 10, 1975, they crafted handmade sympathy cards expressing their sorrow. Those fourth graders would now be in their 50s, but I still have all of their cards. The legend and legacy of the Fitzgerald and all of the 29 men who died, her crew, will never fade, because another legend, Gordon Lightfoot, delivered the ultimate eulogy. Rest in peace, brother.
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. or hear past episodes at wgte.org/life.